Thanks very much. Thanks for having me. How are you going?
I glimpsed you in that clip and thought, hang on a minute, where's Dale Jennings gone from the newsreader? This is quite a transformation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a departure, slightly different character, yeah.
Yeah, and is it true, I read that you were fascinated with vampires from your early years? I mean, most boys it's sport, horses, dogs, but you, vampires?
I mean, it wasn't only vampires, but I definitely liked dressing up as Dracula as a kid, and covering myself in fake blood and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, the little boy in me is having a great time, I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about this adaptation. How far does it stray, if at all, from Anne Rice's book?
Well, actually, Roland Jones, the showrunner and creator, has stuck very true to Anne Rice. Obviously, we've changed the time period. We brought it forward to the 1910s. But aside from that, he's really kept the essence and the soul of her writing. A lot of her actual writing is involved in the script, and that's what drew me to it in the first place. When I read that script, I just couldn't believe how well and how articulate Roland had managed to weave in Anne Rice's language. So we don't deviate too much. We've changed some things, but some, I think, necessary things. But I think fans of the books will be pleasantly surprised that we've been very faithful.
Yeah, and what did it feel like, or how did you reflect on the fact that she died last December, I guess, when you were sort of deep into all of this?
Yeah, that's right. It was a bit of a shock. I mean, I had read these books when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, and I loved them. You know, I actually got into them because they shot Queen of the Damned in Melbourne. I remember, just being obsessed with movies and wanting to be an actor when I was a kid, and also having an interest in vampires. So, when I found that that was being made in Melbourne when I was a kid in Australia, I sought the books out and read them and loved them, and sort of, imagined maybe one day being a part of it. And then obviously, as I got the role, I spent so much time in these books. I mean, I just live them at the moment because it's, really taking over my life currently. So when she passed away, it was a huge loss. Yeah, it was. We all took it pretty hard, and really devastated that she can't get to see it, because we do approach it with so much love. And it's her birthday tomorrow, so yeah, more bittersweet things. But
yeah, and she has always been sort of very engaged and had thoughts about the casting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure she was initially a fan of Tom Cruise playing the role that you're now playing in the series when he did the movie in the mid-1990s.
Yeah, no, she was quite vocal that she wasn't happy about that. But then when she saw it, she did write an apology letter and have that published. And I think she did appreciate what Tom Cruise did, as I did. I mean, I love Tom Cruise's performance in that film. And, we're never really trying to touch that movie. It deserves to, exist in its own right. It's a great film, really. But what happened is that she continued to write the book series. And so now we have the opportunity, with the entire series being completed, to sort of re-examine the characters and expand their arcs a little bit and bring in more detail that they didn't really get the chance to have in that 1994 film.
So tell us about the new newsreader, season 2. Is it all done? Are you excited about it?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was so lovely to come back and see everyone again. We have such a great time making that show. It's very, very close to all of our hearts. We finished that on Friday, and I flew straight out to do press the next day. So still got a bit of Dale seeping around somewhere. But yeah, no, we're super excited for people to see that season. It's bigger and better, and I hope people love it as much as they like the first season, because we definitely love it.
Well, I can't wait. From 1980s newsreader to French vampire, you're covering it all, and you had time to talk to us on News Breakfast. Thank you.
No, thanks very much for having me.